Good evening and welcome back to Paranormal Encounters. My name is Connor, and on tonight's video we have returned to a location where I experienced paranormal activity a few months ago, where I saw a fan turn on by itself while I was talking to my interviewee Tad. We are at the historical Van Buren Poorhouse Museum in Allegan, Michigan. This place is spooky, and Tad has gracefully let me come back here to investigate here tonight, and I'm super excited to see what happens. We brought brand new paranormal equipment with us, so hopefully that works as well, and I'm excited to see what Tad has to say about some of the paranormal groups that have come here after me and what they have been experiencing. Now, before we get into this episode though, if you haven't already, please hit that like button down below, and please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel so that you never miss when a brand new episode drops. Now, let's say we get inside. Here's some of the stories that Tad has to say about some of the spooky stuff going on inside this poorhouse museum.
Hello everybody, this is Tad Moody and we're here again. I'm with Connor and we're at the Van Buren County Historical Society. The original poorhouse burned, 14 people died in the fire. Over the 100+ years it was here, we figure hundreds if not thousands of people just died of natural causes. When we do the investigations here, every time we picked up stuff, there was only one investigation we did not have any luck, but otherwise we've had EVPs, we've had people see shadow figures, K2 meters go off, the REM pods go off. The last group here, Elkhart Paranormal, they picked up 2 EVPs. One was a lady around the kitchen area saying, "Let's make dinner," and another gentleman was saying something, but I don't exactly remember what he said. And then before that, we had 2 other groups in here, and we picked up just an absolute ton of stuff in the military room. We would run our K2 meters over all the different World War II, World War I uniforms. Some of the uniforms would spike and some would not. So our only guess, since we really don't know, is something is attached to some of those uniforms and pieces of equipment, and others just aren't. You know, it's anybody's guess. We were on the 3rd floor in what I call the 60s living room. I had 3 K2 meters going off in a chair. We'd swap them out to make sure it wasn't an equipment malfunction. All 3 would pick up something and our music box would go off. So I don't know what's up there, but something is tied to the chair in the 60s living room. I've had 5 paranormal experiences here that were above and beyond, as I would put it. When you volunteer here, you hear people talking up on different floors that there's nobody there. You hear people walk up and down the steps that there's nobody there. That stuff is kind of commonplace. I don't even count that anymore. But when Connor was here the first time filming me, he came downstairs and the fan, you can catch it in his video, the fan in the one room was off, and then all of a sudden it just turned on by itself.
Okay, well, I'm going to move on to the first floor, or the basement. Epoch and music boxes going off upstairs in the attic. It was pretty creepy. I was trying to go in the 1950s room and I guess speak with somebody in there. I just sat down, and before I really got a chance to really explain how the epoch works, somebody was setting up the music box out in the hallway. Progressively started getting closer where it kept spinning more and more longer, and then the epoch device was answering questions. I asked if whoever it was, they wanted to go in the hallway, and they answered yes. So I went in the hallway, took the music box and moved it somewhere else in the hallway. Music box didn't go off anymore, and the epoch device said yes to something or no to something. I asked if you want me to go in that room again, and they said no. So I moved on to another floor, so now I'm going down to the basement to do an EVP session. So, yeah, quite interesting so far.
You haven't turned the fan on, did you?
No? Wait, the fan just turned on by itself?
I haven't turned it on. I wondered if you turned it on.
No, I'm standing here. How would I turn it on?
Well, that's what I mean. I didn't know if you, because I sure didn't turn it on.
Is it like a timer?
No. It's just a regular fan. It's just all of a sudden now came on. And we talked about it, and that's when I kind of jokingly told him to go ahead and unplug the fan, because I didn't want it to come back on by itself. If you take a tour, I'll tell you about all of them, but I'll tell you about The worst one that really shook me up the worst was I had a mannequin move on me. It fell forward, and it fell forward so fast I went to catch it, and it stopped in midair and it raised itself back up again. And I almost quit that day. I was done. The things here, they're not mean. They're not trying to hurt anybody. They don't scratch you or push you or pinch you or anything like that. Every group that comes from all over the U.S. that comes here says the same thing. They're just stuck. And we have a ghost of a little girl named Anna, who usually is pretty active. And we think she's one of the people who died in the fire, because the newspaper account said a young girl did. And she has told us, the EVPs, that her name is Anna. And we've had other EVPs with music playing, a dog barking, birds chirping. I personally get wigged out here because I know what's here. Even though I know it doesn't bother me, when I do stay here at night with investigators that want to stay here, I always laughingly joke with them, but it is true. I tell them, you guys can sleep anywhere you want, but I sleep on the floor in front of the front door, because I just want to be able to get out here as quick as possible. And they all laugh at me, and I say, well, you know, I don't care. You can, like I say, you can sleep anywhere in the whole place you want, but I know where I'm going to sleep every time I stay. And even the police, when the motion detector goes off, the motion alarms, and they have to meet me here, they all say the same thing. The place is just creepy. And the worst one that happened with that is during Fair Week. We were right next to the fairgrounds for Van Buren County Youth Fair. And first night of the fair, sure enough, the alarm company called me about 3 a.m. and said, your front door shows breached. And I said, well, just dispatch the police. I said, my only guess is some stupid teenage kid from the fair came over here, broke the window and let himself in, thought it'd be funny. Well, when we got here, the police were already here before me, and nothing's moved. The alarm, I can see through the window, the alarm is still set. The door's still padlocked or deadbolted and regular locked. And the police said, we've walked around here, we don't see or anything. What made the door seem like it opened? Your guess is as good as mine. We've never had that happen before. We've had the motion detection go off in the music room quite a bit, but never had the front door show open at all until that night. That's why I figured it was stupid teenage kids doing stupid things. Other volunteers have had other experiences. Charlie was here one day hanging maps and stuff, and he heard a woman scream like she fell down the stairs. And of course, you know, he looked everywhere, couldn't find anything. The last group that was actually here before tonight, we were in the sunroom, and one of the people said they thought they saw a shadow cross in the general store, which connects to the sunroom. And then another woman there, who I feel is really credible, she thought she'd saw the apparition of a man from like the waist up. And that's when we all decided it was time to pack it up and go home. But like I say, none of the things here are bad. They're just stuck. Sometimes they talk to you. Sometimes they play little tricks on you. And the only sad one is Anna. I kind of feel sad for her because according to the newspapers, she was either 10 or 12 when she passed. And she's been here basically for 150 years. And she never got to grow old and be an adult, but she's still a kid. And there's stories, even before I started out here, 20 years ago, I heard stories of the little girl that haunts the fairgrounds. And they just say they see her walking around the fairgrounds and stuff. My guess is it's Anna. Do I know that for sure? No, nobody knows anything for sure, but it all makes sense.
All right, guys, it is the start of the investigation, and I'm just going to start this off by saying it is absolutely freezing in this place right now. It is like 20 degrees and my fingers are burning. Can't feel my toes. So we are here tonight trying to make contact with any of the spirits that Tad believes are trapped here, and hopefully we can continue making communication like we did on our first visit here. Right now I'm up in the 1960s room. I have a camera out in the hallway right now recording me in this room. We are only night vision at the minute here. I have cat balls throughout this entire room right now. And I also brought up the yes or no device, the epoch device up here. We also brought up the laser tripwire, which if you guys have seen the video where I investigated a jail. Oh, before I even got a chance to even explain the laser wire, the cat ball. Hello. What's crazy about this chair too is that this chair is where Tad believes there's a spirit attached to this chair, because he and I were just up here a few minutes ago, and he has some EMF meters up here, and they were just going off like crazy right here. And he has a music box that he points there with the EMF meters, and they would go off, and he believes that there's a spirit that sits there and watches out the window in that chair. They've got all the chairs and furniture in this place covered because they don't want birds to get in here and ruining the furniture. But thank you for lighting up that cat ball. I appreciate that. If you could do that again, I would greatly appreciate that. Also too, if you guys also hear too any noises, like a beeping noise, they have a fire alarm, fire detector, smoke detector, I'm sorry, here that the battery is dying, and they just haven't been able to replace it because this place is closed for the winter time right now. So while we're waiting to see, hopefully, that the cat ball goes off again, we're going to turn on the epoch device, which is right here. And we also have a cat ball next to it. And there's a cat ball on the floor, so we're going to stand completely still and hopefully somebody talks to us. So, my name is Connor, and I don't know if you remember me, but I was here a few months ago and I spoke with somebody here. And I also saw someone turn on a fan here with Tad. If you're the spirit or any of the spirits I communicated with that night, I have several pieces of equipment going on in this room right now where you can use to show me you're here. I have a yes or no device that you can answer yes or no questions on. Green means yes and red means no. Are you the spirit, or is the spirit that just made that cat ball in that chair go off? Are you here in this room with me right now? Can you show me by making that go green? I'm just here tonight to get to know you. It's a little cold in this building, so I probably don't have a lot of time here tonight, but I'm hoping I can talk with someone here. Do you like this room? Hopefully that camera in the hallway is picking up the laser wire and you can see it. Look, I've got cat balls all throughout this room. Tad says that you guys like to use. And I also have a new device. I'm not sure if you've ever seen this here, but this is a laser wire, and that just indicated a temperature change. It just got colder in here. It lit up blue. So it does detect temperature change. Blue means cold. Purple means it gets warmer. And then when somebody actually walks on the wire, or walks near the wire, I'm sorry, if I can see where I'm going here. The wire, it'll do this, where it'll show a white line and then a red line, where it's showing the trail of somebody actually walking by it. So the white line, somebody's standing there, and then the red line will follow the pathway of whoever or whatever walked that way. I'm here tonight just to talk to you and get to know further more about your story. I know that there are several people that came here and tragically got trapped and passed away due to a fire. Is your spirit trapped here? Could you let me know by making that light up yes or red for no if you're not trapped here? Yes? Thank you for doing that. I'm really sorry that you're trapped here. Is there anything I can do to help you move on from being trapped here? You can let me know. I don't know if I can even help you or not, but if I can, I'll help you. Just light that up green if I can help you move on from here and not be trapped. Is that something I'm able to help you with? That's really, really sad. Tad says that there's a little girl that he believes has been trapped here for 150 years. Is that you that just made that green? If you are, I've also brought what we call cat balls. They're little clear plastic things that are all around this room, and they light up and make all kinds of colors. You can play with those and consider them toys and play with them if you want. I'm really sorry if you're trapped here. I want to help you if I can. It's been pretty quiet since I've got that response on that green light on the epoch device. And when I ask that question, it lights up. I'm pretty sure if I remember right, the last time I was here, the epoch device worked on direct questions, not passive questions, which is pretty cool. What I mean by passive questions, Mike, just talking out loud. Let's make this easier then, okay? Let's narrow down why and when you got trapped here. Were you one of the people that passed away in the fire when there was a fire here? Are you the same spirit that made the cap all go off on that chair when I first came in this room? You can hear the wind outside right now. It's kind of wild. That's how brutally cold it is right now. Are you still here with me? Going awfully quiet now. Only that one response. I don't really know if that was environmental noise because the chances of that question being answered like that was super slim. It could be a coincidence, but that was a very direct question to ask about being trapped here and it lights up green. I wasn't even prepared for that. So we've had the cap all go off and one response in the epoch device so far in the 1960s room up here. Do you like that rope I just brought up here? Where you see that blue light going up and down? That shows me where you're walking at. You can come in this room or leave this room and it will show me your pathway. So I can see if you come in here or if you leave. That helps me see you because I can't see you. That's why we use these devices to try to communicate with you. So that we can try to understand this. Do you like talking to me? No. Wow. Why don't you like talking to me? That's spooky. I don't mean any disrespect. If I come off disrespectful, I'm not trying to be. I'm just here tonight to get to know your story about who you are so that the world knows who you are if that's something you want. I don't know if you like people coming in here and talking with you, and I'm sorry you don't like talking to me. Somebody here last time I was here made a lot of equipment go off. In fact, a fan turned on by itself when I was downstairs. I don't know if you're the one that turned the fan on or not, but somebody did. I enjoyed my time here when last time I was here talking to somebody. not something you want to be told when you're up here alone, that they don't want to talk to you. If you want me to leave this room, I will leave this room, but temperature changed just now and the tripwire got colder up here. Fantastic. If you want me to leave this room, which I will, all you have to do is light up one of the cat balls in this room. If you do that, I will leave this room right now. I just want to know that there's other devices in here working, that I know I'm communicating with the spirit. Can you do that for me? I don't even know where all the cat balls are at in here now anymore. I know I've got one in the chair, one behind me, one on the floor, one on the couch, one right next to the epoch device. Can you make the cat ball next to the epoch device go off for me? I know you don't like talking to me, but if you give me an indication that you're in this room and you want me to leave, all you have to do is light one of these devices up in here again. In fact, you can even light up the epoch device. If you want me to leave, all you have to do is light that up green. I'll leave right now. I'll pack up my stuff and leave out of this room. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I will leave right now. Thank you for doing that, and thank you for your time and your communication. I'm going to pack myself up out of this room, and I guess I'm going to head out of this room because I'm going to be respectful to the spirit and leave. So, okay. All right. So let's get out of this room. All right. So we are back and we are now on the second floor and we are in the military room. There's a lot of World War II, maybe World War I uniforms in here. And the reason why I'm up here is because we just got done doing a live on YouTube. And Tad has said that there is a lot of stuff that people have experienced in here and a lot of EVPs have been captured in this room. So right now I have the laser wire going right now in this room. So if anybody comes in this room or leaves this room, we should be able to see it. We also got a REM pod right there on the stairs right by the static camera. And we also brought up with us the epoch device, because it's a good idea actually, because these uniforms in here have names of people who used to wear them, and we could use the epoch device as a yes or no to call out these names and see if those spirits are here attached to the uniforms back when they served during World War II. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up right here, right there. You guys should be able to see it. All right, so spirits, if you are here and you're attached to any of these uniforms here in the military room, my name is Connor, and I'm only here tonight to get to know you and see if you're still here and if you're attached to any of these uniforms, okay? So when I call out your name, I have a device right here that we call, yes, just like that, thank you, that we call an epoch device, and somebody just used it. Yes, green means yes, red means no. So if I say your name, please light that up green on that device for me so I know that's you here, okay? We're going to start this off. Michael, I don't know your last name, I'm sorry, I can't even say it. You're a pilot's uniform, AAF. It's like most of these are uniforms. James B. This one doesn't even have anyone's name on it right here. Some of these don't have people's names on it. Actually, I guess this idea won't work out. William L. Frick. Amy W. And there's one right here, which has no name on it. A lot of these uniforms don't have names on them. If there's anybody up here with me right now, I've got that device right there that you saw. It lights up green for yes and red for no. Are you the same spirit I spoke to earlier when I was upstairs on the 3rd floor? All you have to do is light that up green for yes and red for no. REM pod is indicating a temperature change. It is so cold in this place. I don't know how much time I have here. I'm on my last battery right now on my Sony cameras. They're dying like crazy. I haven't been here that long. Are you in here with me right now in this room? Just gotta light that up green for yes to let me know. Or red if you're not in here. Or I guess don't light it up if you're not in here at all, I guess. My name is Connor. I'm just here to talk to you. Maybe you've already talked to me before. All right, there's not much happening in this room. That, yes, could have been just environmental noise. I think our best bet is to move on and check out one more room in here. I want to stay longer, but it is so cold, guys. Like I wanted this to be a longer video, but I'm having a hard time right now because my hands are freezing. I have gloves, but it doesn't help that I don't feel my toes anymore now. And it's getting colder. The REM pod keeps going off. So we're going to go on to another room real quick. So no real luck with that uniform room in there. So I decided for us to move back into the 1960s room. I know that we spent a lot of time in this room, but it really bothers me that the spirit I spoke to earlier said that they're trapped and that they don't want to talk to me. I just don't understand why. I want to give it one more shot in here before we call it a night. And I just want to see if we can at least try to get some more answers in here with the epoch device. Whether something happens in here or not, I don't know. But I'm going to try to see if I can get more answers with the yes or no device before we call it a quits. Because I feel like now I want to know who's trapped here. I'm back in this room again. I'm sorry if you don't want me in here. But I feel like I need to be in here because I was told by somebody that you're trapped here. They didn't want to talk to me anymore. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful by being in this room again. But I want to find out who's trapped here and if there's anything I can do to help you. My name is Connor, and I don't know if your name is Anna. I think Tad told me a little girl named Anna, they believe, is a little girl that's seen on the fairgrounds. And that tragically a little girl passed away in the fire here when the fire happened. I don't know if that's even your name, but that's what people have been calling that spirit they're seeing. If you're here, can you light that up green, please, on that device? The green means yes and red means no. We can have a little bit of a conversation before I have to go. I'm going to leave here after this. I'm really cold, but I'd like to try to get some answers before I leave. Is that spirit that doesn't want to talk to me, are you still in this room? I just need to know if you're in here or if there's somebody else that I need to talk to. I don't have much time in here, okay? Just give me 5 minutes of your time, if that's even what you call it. And just answer a few questions and I will leave this building. Are you one of the people that passed away because you were trapped here because of a fire? I promise your story is safe with me. I'm a nice guy, I promise. I'm just here to get to know you and your story. I just want people to know that there's something of an afterlife. Can you see me right now? Is there any spirits here right now? Yes. Thank you for doing that. Are you the same spirit I was talking to earlier? Yes or no? Did I talk to you earlier? Were you the one that told me to leave? Better yet, were you the spirit that told me you were trapped here? Yes or no? Green means yes and red means no. Do you want to talk? It's okay if you don't want to talk. You just got to let me know. Seems like the activity tonight is like so slow and not that quick like it was earlier when I came up here in this room. It didn't feel like it was quick, but thinking back on it, it felt quick. But I think tonight, maybe the spirits are just as cold as I am, and it's just a lot harder for spirit energy to move in the cold. I don't really know. Is there anything you want me to know before I leave? Light that up green for yes, red for no, and I'll bring something else out so I can hear you. Do you still want me to leave? If you say yes, I will leave right now. You know, tonight I wanted to explore a lot of rooms I didn't get a chance to go to last time I was here, but it is incredibly cold out. And I kind of came to this investigation a little unprepared. My fingers right now, I can't even feel them, and I don't know if that's a good sign or not. So I don't want to cut this video off and say this is the end of the investigation, but I feel like it needs to be because I don't know why I can't feel my fingers anymore because it's pretty cold. And I don't feel like there's a lot of paranormal activity going on tonight, which is normal. This is something normal. I know it's not like crazy to watch, like, oh wow, like stuff happening all the time. That's just the reality of doing a paranormal investigation. Spirits are not circus animals. They don't come out on command. They don't answer on command. They do what they want. And it's just about being respectful. Could be too that I was in this room earlier and the spirit told me they wanted me to leave. That maybe has something to do with it. I don't really know. They don't want to talk to me. I don't know. You know, I don't have all the answers. That's why we do this type of stuff. So I think with this, I think it's going to have to be the end of the episode. And I'm going to have to leave so I can get warm. So I just want you guys to know I really appreciate you and your support for this YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and consider subscribing so that you never miss any Paranormal Encounters episodes in 2025. And if you didn't know this, we have a Patreon page and YouTube memberships where you can do those things to support this YouTube channel. It helps me book locations and travel to new locations and get new equipment. So, and we also have a merch store, paranormalencounterstv.com, where you can see all the social media accounts that we have and all of our merch. I'm going to get out of here, guys. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good night, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Paranormal Encounters. Goodbye.